because we are. Hey, happy Friday, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of More Than Rubbing. I am your girl, Ashley Renee, and I have my new friend and my new neighbor, Joy, with us today, and we are just going to, disclaimer, this topic is actually right on time. I had booked her last week, and then some things happened this week about what we were talking about, so this is right on time for myself. Again, this is my journal, so I really hope you all take in what we are about to discuss and take it in light. That's what I want y'all to do. Take it in light. I don't want anybody to be offended, because I never purposely try to offend anyone, okay? So take notes, y'all. Joy, what are we going to look? Y'all see the title? Did the title display up there?
Yep.
And Omni, I want you to chime in too if you need to. But we're just going to talk about human connections.
Absolutely. So realistically, we all connect as humans.
Yeah.
And I think that over time, with social media, with having busy schedules, we have lost the art of human connection.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's good at having sex. Everybody's good at turning up. But people really don't invest themselves in what a connection looks like. Myself, growing up, I was always somebody who needed to understand people.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to please everybody. And so in order to please people, you had to kind of understand what it was that they wanted. And so realistically, I spent a lot of years just watching people.
Okay.
I talk a lot. But when I'm not talking, I'm very shy. And so I watched a lot. And I just kind of watched how people moved about with each other. I'm polyamorous. So, there's that aspect of it where you're watching people intimately. And I'm just like, oh, all of this is intriguing to me. Like, I love watching people have sex.
Really?
Yes.
And that's why people like porn. Because they like they want it for their own satisfaction.
So, like, realistically, if you like what I'll look up in porn and what other people look up in porn is probably not the same, because I'm like, where's the home footage? Where's the cell phone video? Because I need to see you with your real partner, the person you love, and what this looks like when you all are intimate.
Not staged.
No.
Telling them when to come and when to moan.
And oh.
Yeah.
I don't like
Put your
that.
hair over here and suck his dick this way.
No, exactly. And so in being polyamorous, in being the person that I am, I just watch people. And so being here in Louisville for the last 3 years, I've done a lot of watching, and this place is really interesting.
Louisville is interesting. And again, like I said, I don't want anybody to be offended. It's from here. You may not like what's going to be said.
I'll try really hard
but
please don't come see me in the streets. I'm
just
not that
trying
girl.
to, honestly, I just want people to be better, to do better, to walk better, to be healed. And these are subjects that we're going to have to bring up, right?
Really?
So let's talk about the poly life.
Okay.
In sex.
Okay.
In human connection.
Yes. So polyamory is the ability to love more than one person.
Okay.
If you want to break it down to relationships, you typically have more than one relationship.
Okay. So more than one sexual partner.
Now,
no, it's not always about sex.
Exactly. It's not always about sex, because I have somebody, my ex-girlfriend, her and her husband, I was their girlfriend for like a year.
Really?
But realistically, I'm better as their friend. Now, her, I was madly in love with. So she spent 10 years being my friend before we ever got intimate with one another. So I fall in love with my friends.
Okay.
And so I fell in love with her, and she met this man, and I was like, that's going to be your husband. So they were in the courting stages, and they were like, okay, he was a Gemini. So, Geminis, they love having two women. They typically don't want those women to know about each other, but I'm just saying,
both, personalities.
Yeah, because they literally are two separate people in a lot of cases. And so Wally was super into it, and she was super into it. But what we realized is he wanted me separately. She wanted me separately, and it didn't work. So we separated from one another, but the friendship still exists because they're my son's godparents.
Oh.
But when we were dealing with one another, the realization that it doesn't always have to be sex.
Okay.
Came to mind. So like now that our relationship has changed, we don't have sex with one another, but she is still my person.
Okay.
She is still somebody, sun, moon,
whatever. She's there.
That's my person.
She's
but
a rider.
She is. But realistically, I have a woman here in Louisville who gives that same energy, and she has a husband.
Okay.
So she is my person.
Okay.
Now, again, no different than with the first one. Yes, she and I have had sex, but we're not currently having sex.
Okay.
But our relationship hasn't changed just because the sex went away.
Gotcha.
And I think that people see relationship to only be synonymous with sex. And there's so much that happens in a relationship. And that's where I come in.
And sex is just supposed to make things
Sex
better.
is just a tool.
But it's supposed to be the icing on the cake.
It is.
It's like this layer's good, this layer's good. Oh, this one's even better. Now let's top it off with some sex.
Exactly. And a lot of times we do ourselves a disservice by cutting out all those other layers and going straight to the icing.
Yeah.
If you've ever had a cupcake or a piece of cake and you ate all the icing off of it, you probably can't get to the cake because your stomach hurts.
Yeah.
Because it's straight sugar.
Yeah.
It's not what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to put them together.
And that's how you get pregnant.
Baby.
That stomach ache.
Let's not talk about it because that's how little buddy got here. It was a lot of icing.
You know, a lot of icing. That's okay.
But yeah, so as far as polyamory is concerned, it's just relationship. That can be a very strong friendship. That can be romantic. That can be, Wally takes me out on dates. We haven't had sex in years, but we go out on dates. He likes doing that. And
he just likes being around you. That's what it is.
He does.
You like being around that person.
Exactly.
And I tell people, I love people. I genuinely love people. I love being around people. There's a time for me to be around people.
Yes.
This ain't your time. I may want to be secluded.
Exactly.
I may want to be reserved. I may want to be passive. Like, you got to accept that part.
People really struggle with seeing another person's humanity.
That's what it is.
They do. Because when you're going through it, you know what it feels like. But the moment you're not going through it no more, somebody outside of you can be going through it. And you're like, well, I made it through.
Yeah,
that's
you should too.
That's where it stops.
Yeah.
No different than white people. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But you had all these, benefits to how your bootstraps got pulled up.
Yeah, we got to start from the ground up.
We got to start from the ground up. And that person is starting from the ground up. And so I feel like because I'm a Cancer, because I'm a lover, it's just always been part of me to love people and see people for who they are. I got asked like a random anonymous question on this game on Instagram, and it's like, are you judgmental? Yeah, I am. I'll make a decision real quick. And usually I'm not too far off the truth, but I'm still going to accept you for who you are. I can be like, she a hoe. Guess what?
And that's okay.
It is.
If you're a hoe, you're a hoe.
It is.
So we're going to take a break, grab some water. We'll be right back.
Facts.
This is Ashley with More Than Rubbing, a massage therapist guide for self-help. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in. right, y'all, welcome back. I hope you wet your whistle. But we just ended up with being a hoe, right?
Yeah.
And of course, once the commercial came on, we continued the conversation. And you had stated that being a hoe doesn't necessarily mean having a lot of sex with multiple partners. It just means you're a free person.
Yeah.
And me being a PK, and y'all all met my daddy, and y'all love him, don't y'all? But growing up in Christianity and then also understanding how to be a free person, like I struggle with this consistently.
Really?
I do.
Huh.
I do. I grew up with rules and regulations, and then I kind of stepped out on my own, and I was like, but this feels so much better.
Yeah, but even with stepping out on your own, you have to have some kind of
ground.
Yes. And being a PK is not a problem if you come out of that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a PK. My mom, she was young when she had me, so my granny was a Jehovah's Witness. My great-grandmother, she was Native American, and she helped raise us.
Okay.
And so my mom had been molested as a child.
Oh.
And so she was super like, you have to stay dressed. You have to be careful, blah, 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 blah. But my great-grandma, she was like, it's okay to be naked or whatever. And so that kind of translated into the rest of my life. Like, on any given day, if I walk outside of my house and you see me in my robe, I guarantee there ain't nothing underneath it. I don't care that I live in downtown Louisville.
Yeah, and all these cars are driving by. Like, if you see a titty,
you see a titty, you see a titty. Just don't stop and talk to me.
Yeah, that's what I like. I wear short shorts at the gym. Some people are like, "Oh, that's so inappropriate."
Is it?
If my ass falls out,
that you're talking to me.
If my ass falls out, I'll just tuck it back in. Like, I don't like. I'm not ashamed of it.
No, and. Kind of going back to what we was talking about as far as like how Louisville is set up from my perspective.
Yeah, let's have this Louisville conversation, please.
So like it almost feels like a crabs in a barrel mentality. And I know that's not everybody here, but the job that I do, I deal with a lot of community, low income people.
Okay.
And so you hear ideas, you see people and what they want to make happen. I follow people on Facebook. You see people like trying to start things, and then you'll have people backbite and or emulate what they're doing, and because they're emulating what this person is doing, they have to it has to be a war, it has to be a competition, when realistically, if you go into Kroger's right now, there's like 48 bottles of water.
Yeah,
water. So realistically,
you got some with electrolytes, you got some to balance alkaline,
you got your fruity waters, you got your regular waters, your distilled waters, your purified waters, your natural spring waters.
And there's still, outside of that, there's multiple brands
in each one. And so realistically, the people who are meant for you will come to you.
Right. That's how I feel about my entrepreneurship.
Same.
If you do not want to spend money with me, I'm not offended, honestly. I'm actually flattered in a sense, because in my eyes, I'm like, you're not my person anyway.
Exactly. But here, there's almost a need to get the money.
Yeah.
I need to get the bag.
Yeah. And so I got to do whatever I have to get the bag.
And no different than society, period. Here, I noticed that anything trending, people are on it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's great. But you don't have no foundation. You don't have no real substance to what you're offering me.
Yeah.
Like, I am a spiritual being. I've been this my whole life.
And when you're born that way, it's even more of a struggle to walk in life.
It has been. It has been.
Yeah.
I have wanted to fit in with people my whole entire life. And no matter how hard like a bump on a pickle, I just stand out. And so, I mean, I'm shaped the way I'm shaped. I look the way I look. I speak the way I speak. I'm very articulate. My mind is constantly going. People don't know what to do with me.
Yeah.
And so when I got here, people didn't know what to do with me. People are jealous of me. And I'm sitting here around like, but why? I don't do shit. I work at the housing authority.
Yeah.
I got a fat ass, but that's pretty much it. I don't even know how to twerk. But
I got to teach you how to twerk.
Yes. I actually plan on taking lessons. I'm going to learn. This year's the year.
Okay.
I'm going to be a twerker.
She going to twerk.
I'm just saying, I be doing little yoga moves and my butt be jumping. I said, oh, take me to P Valley. But realistically, I experienced a lot of that, a lot of envy. And all I want is for people to accept me. And so now that spirituality is a thing, I get bumped off and knocked off by the spiritual girls of Louisville. And I'm like, but we could collab. Y'all just don't even know. You got a whole brouhaha right here, baby. You got lessons right here. But no, like I said, it's competition. But I'm not your competition.
They're the competition with themselves.
But
and they're
not enough people realize it.
Yeah.
Not enough people have self-awareness. Not enough people can see outside of themselves. Like, we always call this person or that person a narcissist. Realistically, how society has conditioned all of us, narcissists. We're all narcissists.
I'm a female narcissist. So that's when I call somebody a narcissist, like, I know what I'm talking about.
But we all are.
Yeah, and I'll call you on it. You're being a narcissist right now. Don't be offended. I'm calling it out as I see. Why? Because I'm one myself. I would never call you something that I don't see.
Facts. But as the person receiving that, if you don't have enough awareness, it's an attack. And like I said, in this city, everything is an attack.
Yeah.
People have to stay 10 toes down constantly. And so nothing that you offer to them is from a genuine place in their minds.
No. And like I said, this conversation is right on time because this is what I've been experiencing this week. And we already talked about what we're going to talk about last week. So thank you, guy. He knew exactly what I needed. Because again, as I'm trying to, navigate in this entrepreneurship, there's a misconception of me. And I'm like, I'm not even that way. Like, I would never approach you that way. First of all, I wouldn't. Because I know business.
Yeah.
All you got to do is sit down with me, talk to me. If I have a bad day, hey, brush it off. But I will rarely tell you that I have a bad day, honestly. Why? Because there's two reasons why you want to know. You either want to know the gossip, or you actually genuinely care.
And it's hard to discern
which is hard to discern. For me, it is so hard to discern because I have been scarred so many times.
What kind of relationship do you have with yourself, though?
I know who I am. I have a great relationship with myself.
Then trust your discernment.
And I do trust my discernment. But then again, when I trust my discernment and when you try to communicate that to other people,
that's when you have to learn how you communicate it. That's the other thing. My mama used to say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Okay.
And I talk direct at people.
I do too.
I would direct an order. I'd be like, hey, go sit down. And I'm talking to an adult.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so reel it in. You kind of have to approach people differently. If it's my delivery that is fucking people up, let me try to be smooth or calm or whatever. But realistically, I'm still gonna be me.
Yeah. I ain't changing nothing. I'm not changing nothing about me. Honestly, I'm not.
Please don't.
I'm not. Because it took me so long to get here. And that's what I need other people to understand. It took me so long to get here and I'm finally here. Don't fuck it up for me. So
and they can't.
Yeah, they can't. So we're going to take a break, grab some water. We'll be right back. This is Ashley with More Than Rubbing, a massage therapist guide for self-help. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in. Welcome back. We was talking about my titties, but anyways. But yeah, we were talking about what we touched about Louisville, how we can stop this combativeness, I guess.
Comparison.
The
goal is to empower.
The
goal is to really see your other person and boost them up.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about like once they made it up, reaching back.
Yeah.
That's always the goal, is to reach back and pull somebody else up.
Yeah.
It's okay that somebody surpasses you.
Yeah.
I think that we get so butthurt behind someone else's success that we don't, focus on our own, or we don't cultivate our own success, because what their version of success is might not be my version.
And it may not even be your purpose to be successful in that area. Maybe your purpose was to grab them
and move them up
and give them a little slingshot.
Literally, I say it all the time. I'm a master manifester and I'm a seed planter, because at the end of the day, I have literally watched people get in relationships with me, leave, and with the person they're supposed to be with for the rest of their life. Why? Because I gave you your lesson.
Because you are here for a reason, because that's my whole entire life. I have jump-started a lot of careers in a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
And I've helped out a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
it's like, hold on, if I can do it for everybody else,
I can do it for myself.
Exactly.
Because I'm like you, I'm a manifester and a seed planter.
That's it.
I am.
The goal, like I said, the goal is to empower. Like, you have your radio show, you have massage, and I've seen you training people.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's 3 things I can be supporting you on.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
You're simply my neighbor.
Yeah.
But through conversations, I found out so much from you.
Yeah.
All it takes is a conversation.
That's
and once
it.
I keep saying I'm going to get trained. I ain't got the money for it right now. I ain't got the dedication for it right now.
And that's all right.
But at the same time, I share you with other people, because that's how you empower.
Yeah. And let's talk about women empowerment.
Okay.
Because I've never strayed away from this topic. Like, I have an issue with being around a bunch of females, and it's not like, oh, I can't stand women. It's, I know I'm different, and I don't fit in.
Yes.
So that's my struggle. They never, they don't understand me in my day-to-day life. So, I can come in happy. I can come in just nonchalant, because I do smoke, but naturally I'm a chill person. So if you don't it's either one or, now I can give you attitude if you want.
Facts.
But you got to give me a reason to. I just don't naturally have one. You have to give me a reason to. So when I am chill and laid back, they don't know how to take that. Because again, I can be extremely high and energetic 1 minute, and then the next minute I'm just sitting back observing.
Being that it's real cliquey around here, if you're not
it is a little cliquish thing.
If you're not in the clique, you on the outskirts looking in. I'm on the outskirts looking in kind of gal, and I'd be like, oh, they don't invite me to blah blah blah. Oh, I don't, I'm never a part of the social circles. But instead of being sad behind it, the message is, go make my own.
Yeah.
The people who are meant for me will come.
Yeah.
And the people who are meant for you will come.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And so to the women who, see you and are essentially, it's being intimidated. It's an envy that they're unaware of. And so they can't say I'm jealous, because to say I'm jealous would mean you have to acknowledge a flaw of yourself.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, she thinks she's cute, or she thinks she's this, that, and the third. I can't tell you how many bitches want to beat me up because my ass is fat. Baby girl, he looked. I didn't tell him to look. Why you mad at me?
Yeah.
He gave me his number. I didn't tell him to. I
did not approach him.
Did not. And do not. I'd be like, where's your wife?
Yeah.
Is she cute?
Yeah.
Because I'm the lowest of keys. She's who I want in the first place. I am a lesbian.
Yeah.
So realistically, having the body I have, I'm constantly approached by men. Constantly. And then I have to get the side eye from their women. And I'm like, but y'all don't even realize. Y'all don't even know who's in your presence right now.
Right.
Literally.
Because you can get, all you got to do is tell me what you want and we'll manifest it and you'll get it.
Not even that. Back in the day, I don't really do them anymore, but threesomes. I'm the perfect person to have a threesome with. Why?
Because you like both.
No, because I like women. most women don't actually want to share their men when they're doing these threesomes because they're doing it for the nigga that they shouldn't be doing it for.
Yeah.
So they're worried about this girl having sex with her dude and liking it and then them having a connection. Meanwhile, me, I'm like, I can take the dick or I can leave it.
Yeah.
You, however, you're gorgeous. I want to make you feel good.
Yeah.
I know how to eat pussy and I do it quite well. So let me please you.
Do a class with some of the men.
I'm just saying, we can teach a lesson.
Okay.
But when I'm in those moments, it's like I am pleasing her.
Mm-hmm.
He is turned
For
on by
you.
this.
Yeah.
She's turned on by this.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. But if we don't make it to that point, it's just a lot of her looking at me like this bitch and him being like this bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I'm missing out on another friendship.
Yeah.
And I get tore down by women a lot.
Yeah.
Because I am so free. I am so open. They think I'm promiscuous. They think I'm out here for everybody. They think I'm trying to steal their man.
No.
And it's not that.
You're just an open person.
I
and
am.
you are approachable.
I am. I really am. Anybody can.
Everybody's talking about the resting bitch face. Everybody has a resting bitch face.
Do.
Let's say that everybody has a resting bitch face.
Do.
I don't want to hear it no more.
I mean, look at where we live. You can't wake up in a good mood if you tried.
No, you can't.
And you have to make conscious effort to do so. And I think more of us should. I think that the fact that spirituality is trending, we need to take hold of it while we can.
Yeah.
Because while these people are open to something other than Christianity, this is the time to say, hey, this is some shit I see in the city. Let's try something different.
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying that's going to stop all the gun violence or all the murders or anything like that. But most change happens because of women. I just need people to know that. Women are the power set. Men are running shit right now, and that's why shit looks the way it does.
Yeah.
If you go back into Native American times, if you go back to African societies, a lot of them were matriarchal societies, were run by women,
they
function. Because at the end of the day, women are meant to lead. There's some misconception that men are meant to lead.
No.
We're both meant to lead together.
And that's why I'm excited about that movie King Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Girl.
That's my baby.
Girl.
Viola.
I cannot wait till that
I'm so
movie come
ready.
out. Because I'm like, she gonna kill it.
You know
Viola
she is.
Gonna kill it. And
You
she
know
gonna
she
speak life into me through that role.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna
Can't
come down, I'm gonna kill everybody. Like, not literally kill everybody, but my aura, everything,
You know what I'm most excited about is I just have this feeling that they're going to bring Ifa tradition into the movie.
Yeah.
And that's where I ride. And so so Oya, she is a deity of change.
Okay.
And she is who rules my crown.
Okay.
So basically, people will talk about Oshun, people will talk about Yemaya, but people don't talk about Oya.
No.
And Oya, she that girl.
She
She a warrior. And when I first seen the trailer and I was looking at her, I was like, oh yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be in there. So I'm so excited to see what they're about to do with this.
So anyways, girl, I'm gonna have you back on.
Yeah.
Because I do want to talk more about women empowerment.
Absolutely.
Because that is something that Louisville needs. And I think that will help change the direction in Louisville. Especially as an entrepreneur. I really do. Because I am all for women empowerment, but don't tear me down.
No.
In the process.
No.
For any misconception, mislead, nothing. Don't ever tear me down.
Or don't think you can try.
No, I won't allow them to.
I'll have to get defensive, and we don't want that.
Yeah, I won't allow you to. So with that being said, Joy, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I hope y'all learned something today. Like I said, this is supposed to be a lighthearted conversation. It wasn't meant to be defensive, like offend anyone whatsoever. So come back next Friday, and I guess I know what we're gonna do next Friday. It's gonna be about love, because I love love, and I want to find love, and I want to be loved. So anyways,
we tuned in.
Friday. This is Ashley with More Than Rubbing, a massage therapist guide for self-help. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.